So last time we left off at limiting factors, so what controls the population size. Now today I want to go in depth into one of the factors that we didn't mention last time, and that's going to be predation. Predation. Now, what is predation? Well, it just means death by, well, being killed or eaten by a predator. Now, one of the things, because of predation, it leads to something called coevolution. So, coevolution is one species evolution forcing another species to evolve. So, a really good example of this would be, say, a cheetah. So, we have a cheetah, predator, and let's say it eats gazelles. So then we have a gazelle. Now, since gazelles are, well, relatively fast, the slower cheetahs, well, they're not going to be able to catch up to the gazelles. So those slower cheetahs are going to die out. So what that means is that gradually the faster cheetahs, which in this case are more successful because uh, biological success means being able to reproduce. And well, to be able to reproduce, first of all, you need to be alive. So, and well, this can also be called fitness. So, the cheetahs that are faster are more fit, so they're able to reproduce more. So, gradually, the cheetah population will become faster and faster. And now, what happens is that the cheetah population is fast, so they start catching up to more of the gazelles. Now, what's going to happen here is the gazelles, the slow ones, well, the cheetahs are going to catch up, they're going to get eaten. So, the faster gazelles will stay alive and they're more fit. So gazelles gradually become faster and faster. And now this forces cheetahs to become faster, which forces gazelles to become faster, and that's coevolution. Now, there are some other things that animals can do to avoid being eaten, other than, say, just become faster. That's by coloration, so what color they are. So the most one of the more basic types is, well, it's called cryptic coloration. Now what that really means is just camouflage. So blending in with your surroundings, trying to avoid being seen. So we have a good example right here. We have a bird, I think it's an owl. It's blending into a tree to avoid being spotted by other predators. And aside from that, we also have aposematic coloration, and that's just warning colors. So basically, prey displaying to a predator that if it eats, so if you're the predator and I'm the prey, if you eat me, well, I'm poisonous. You're gonna die. So don't eat me. And these warning colors are normally bright, very vivid, to make sure that the predators can see. So you can see here a good example is a poison dart frog. They're very poisonous. They're very bright, so as to warn predators not to eat them. And then you also have another type. It's called Mullerian Coloration. Mullerian coloration means that, well, you have a species that is not poisonous. Well, actually, it is poisonous, but typically, but just not fatal. So, if a predator eats them, well, the predator is gonna experience some very nasty side effects. So the predator gradually learns not to eat these, and typically there's two species that share these effects. So the memory, so to say, in the predator is reinforced because, well, that now there's two species with the same coloration and the same side effect they don't want. And then last of all, you have Batesian Mimicry. Oh yeah, sorry. This is Mullerian Mimicry, not coloration. And what Batesian Mimicry is that, well, let's say you have two species, species 1 and species 2, and we have a predator. Let's just put, yeah, and a predator. So let's say the predator can eat both of them. Now let's say that species 1 evolves to become very poisonous. So let's say they use Aposematic Coloration. So species 1 is poisonous. Now the predators eventually know that species 1 is poisonous. Now species 2 takes advantage of this. They themselves might not be poisonous, but they will have the same coloration as species 1. So then the predators typically get tricked because, well, they both have the same coloration. It's going to be hard to tell them apart. And while we're on the topic of, say, predators, we can also talk about where these animals get energy and nutrients. So you have three types. You have, well, actually, four types, sorry. Omnivores, herbivores, carnivores, and detritivores, in no particular order. So omnivores, they're able to can eat both plant and animal material. So they can eat both plants and animals. Herbivores can only eat plant material, only plants. Carnivores only eat animal material. And detritivores, they eat what is already dead. So you can think of them as they break down dead material, and detritivores typically release some of these nutrients back into the soil.